Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to forge a key to unlock one of the most elegant structures in Arabic grammar, the chained possessive phrase. Now, it might look a little intimidating at first, I get it, but once you learn the secret, I promise you'll start seeing these beautiful chains everywhere you look.
So here's our roadmap. We're going to start with the absolute basics, the simple possessive phrase. Then we'll forge our first three-part chain. From there, we'll see how to make them even longer, learn the critical difference between a chain and a full sentence, and then wrap it all up by mastering the rules so you can spot these in the wild.
All right, first things first. Every great chain starts with just a single link. For us, that's the basic two-part possessive phrase. You really have to get this down because it's the foundation for everything else we're going to build.
At its heart, the Murakkab-e-Izafi is just how Arabic shows that one thing belongs to another. Think about how we use the word of in English. You know, the car of the man, or the student of the school. It's that exact same relationship. Simple, right?
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. Each of these two parts has its own strict, non-negotiable rules. The first word, the mudaf, that's the thing being possessed. It gets stripped down. It's not allowed to have the definite al prefix, and it can't have tanween, that little n sound you hear at the end of some nouns. The second word, the Mudaf Ilaih, or the possessor, has one main job. It must be in the genitive case, what we call majroor.
So, we've got our basic two-word link down. But what happens when we want to connect more than two things? Well, this is where we get to forge our first real chain by adding a crucial middle link.
And here's the puzzle we need to solve. The student of the school. Yeah, that's easy with our two-part structure. But how do we tack on that next layer, of the neighborhood? This needs something new, a different kind of connector.
And the solution is this beautifully simple principle that I like to call the middle link rule. Seriously, this one idea is the master key that unlocks the entire concept. It's what lets us build those long, flowing chains of possession.
Let's see it in action. Look at that middle word, madrasati, highlighted in green. This little guy is the hero of the phrase. It's doing double duty. For the word before it, it's the possessor, the Mudaf Ilaih, so it's in the genitive case. But for the word after it, it's the possessed, the mudaf, so it can't have al or tanween. It's the perfect grammatical bridge.
And here's the coolest part. Once you really get that middle link concept, you realize you can just keep going. You can extend the chain pretty much as long as you want, just by repeating that same exact rule. I mean, look at this four-part chain. It illustrates the pattern perfectly. The first word is a muzaf. The very last word is a Mudaf Ilaih. And those two words in the middle, the green ones, they are both following our middle link rule to a T. They're genitive, and they have no al or tanween. They're just passing that possessive relationship right down the line.
So this gives us a simple, repeatable process for breaking down any chain you find. First, just identify the word at the very beginning. It has to be a muzaf. Then, check the word at the very end. It must be a Mudaf Ilaih. And finally, check every single word in between. If they all follow that middle link rule, congratulations, you found yourself a chain.
Now, this next point is absolutely critical, and it's something that trips up so many learners. How in the world do we know when a chain ends and a full sentence actually begins? Because, let's be honest, a really long chain can feel like a sentence, but it's not.
The secret, my friend, is in the case endings. You have to be a bit of a grammar detective. So in the top example, it's an unbroken genitive chain. It just keeps going. It's an incomplete thought, a long phrase. But now look at the bottom example. The word makhafatu breaks the pattern. All of a sudden, it's in the nominative case. That change in case is like a giant flashing sign. It's a grammatical full stop that ends the chain and introduces the second half of the sentence, giving us that meaning of is.
Fantastic. We have covered a ton of ground. So let's bring it all home and distill everything we've talked about into a final clear set of master rules to really lock this concept in place for you.
This slide right here is your cheat sheet. Seriously, screenshot this. The first word is only a mudaf. The last word is only a Mudaf Ilaih. Every single link in between is playing that special dual role. It's genitive, but it has no al or tanween. And remember, no matter how long and impressive it looks, a chain is just a single phrase, not the whole sentence.
So at the end of the day, this isn't just some abstract grammar rule you have to memorize for a test. Think of it as a new lens. It's a tool that lets you see the hidden skeleton inside what might otherwise look like a confusing string of words. So the real question is, now that you have the key, what deeper connections are you going to unlock in the very next thing you read?